All right, here we are. We're going to highlight a maintenance practice, which we'll talk about later. But I was out mowing tees this morning on number 9, and well, I noticed it well before number 9. But the picture that we'll drop in, Jacoby can drop in an arrow, and I could tell that my center reel was adjusted incorrectly. So we're going to highlight kind of how we adjust our reels here. There's a lot of different things that go into it, but I'm just going to give you guys a quick lowdown on height of cut. On our tees and collars and approaches, we're at a 1/2 inch on our height of cut. And so I popped the reels off on our T-mower. This one I kind of messed with just a little bit ago before Jacoby and Hunter got here, and I know that this one is good. This is the one that's off a little bit. So these are, if Jacoby can come over here, this is the front roller, and this is the back roller, and this is a bed bar right here, and this is our height of cut gauge. And so if we kind of turn this on, it might be kind of hard to see. I don't know, Jacoby, but right now it's upside down because our reel is upside down. But this side is at 0.4995. That's just a simple inch measurement, basically at a 1/2 inch. And if you come to this other side and you pull it up, we're at 0.4975, and it could be just because I'm off of a groove on the front roller there. So that one's at 0.499 on that side. So if we go to the other side, this reel I know is good. Now we can come over to this reel, and you put this little gauge on here again, and you can see that one's at 0.492, and this other side is at, I don't even know what this other side is at here, 0.508. So obviously this one's pretty out of whack. There's a lot of different ways to go about this. People do it in a variety of different ways. And we obviously have a mechanic who everybody has met, Eric. He's the one that would normally do this, but Eric's out today, so I get to do it. So if you look at this thing, this is what we're measuring. This is basically this gap that this little prong here is creating, and we're measuring that gap on these two these two rollers, the front roller and the back roller, and this bed bar. That's what we're called the height of cut. So I'm going to put this back on here and pull that down onto my bed knife, and I see that I'm at 0.492. So I'm going to grab a wrench. And I don't know, Jacoby, if you can come in on this side, maybe over here. I'm going to loosen this little jam nut here. And then this nut, when I screw this nut in and out, whether I loosen it or tighten it, it's going to move this entire arm one way or another, which is moving this entire roller. And whatever I do on this side, I have to do the same on this side. So come back around to the front here, Cobes. And if we see our thing, now it's saying that we're at like 0.5, but that's because I loosened that jam nut. So I'm going to start moving this one way. I just don't know, because everything's upside down, I don't know which way is which. So you can see that moved as I turn this nut back here, it's moving it up. So I moved it up just a little bit. So what I'm going to end up doing is coming back down with it. If I can get my wrench on the right nut here. And I'm going to probably set this at like 0.498 if I can get it there. Because no matter what you do, the other side's we got to go to the other side, like I said before. There's 0.498. I'll tighten this back up. Now let's go to the other side here. Make sure we're nice and parallel. Now we're at 0.508, so I know I got to come down on this side. So it's basically the same process. We don't need to film it again, Jacoby. Just loosen that up. I'm going to reset this just because I kind of knocked it out of whack here. And just with a half of a turn of a wrench, I'm at 0.498. There, see, as I tighten that, it goes to 0.497. So I might come back the other way just a skosh. Give that a good tighten up. That's 0.498. And that's 0.488. So we're talking hundredths of an inch here. Yeah. And so I would call that good. The other thing that I checked on this as I pulled it in was another adjustment reel to bed knife. I don't know if we'll be able to pick up that audio, but you can hear the reel actually hitting the bed knife. And so when this mower is actually operating, this reel is flipping the grass up and it's cutting on this bed knife. So I adjusted it just so that we could hear it nicking like that. You don't want it too tight, otherwise the reel will drag on the bed knife and it'll create issues on your mower. So just try to get it to tick off like that just a little bit. And that's how we set the height of cut on our mowers. Boom.
Done.